What is clear to us is that rich liberal cities are going to spend a mountain of money creating 15-minute walkable cities. Well, of all the 10 trends in the presentation today, this one is actually the hardest to monetize, even though it's very powerful. Imagine for a moment a city or neighborhood where all of your daily needs can be met within a 15-minute walk or bike ride from home. A city with no long commutes, you know your neighbors, every street is people-oriented, vibrant, inclusive. This is the promise of the 15-minute city. The idea that residents of urban areas can have a higher quality of life if they can access all the urban services they need within a 15-minute walk, not drive, walk or bicycle from their homes. This includes offices, restaurants, parks, cultural venues, hospitals. This is an approach that's getting a ton of hype for designing sustainable and vital post-COVID-19 cities. But is this a distant utopia or is it a feasible reality? Well, as you can see from the layout on the screen, these are huge projects, right? Typically multi-billion dollars. Done well, these could be extraordinarily desirable places to live. But lots of construction is required to make them happen. And all the conservative Republicans in the webinar right now are going, Neal, this is another one of those green and bike-driven and environmentally friendly fantasies of the libtards. And yes, it's sort of true. But what if there was $1 billion of city funds and construction money allocated, right? Isn't there a lot of money to be made? What is clear to us is that rich liberal cities are going to spend a mountain of money creating 15-minute walkable cities. They're going to use every weapon at their disposal: zoning, bike lane regulations, subsidies to outdoor mall operators. It has too much momentum to stop now. So savvy investors might as well go along for the ride, whether you agree with it or not. Okay. So Neal, I understand the concept that urban planners are going to, make this happen. But where and when? Well, of all the 10 trends in the presentation today, this one is actually the hardest to monetize, even though it's very powerful. We looked at the 15-minute city proposals from New York. We looked at Austin. We looked at Seattle. We came to the conclusion they're all talk and no money. For now, the one that actually has the greatest chance of being a blockbuster moneymaker is Portland, because Portland has been working on this the longest, for a decade, and they're now allocating tons of money to make this happen. Their projects are called 20-minute neighborhoods, not 15-minute cities, but 20-minute neighborhoods. They want to build walkable neighborhoods first, and then they want to connect dozens of them together to create a 20-minute city. And they've roped in everybody. I mean, schools, universities, Department of Transportation, the metro, even the Port of Portland, to make all of this actually happen. So our advice is that if you live on the West Coast, you like Portland, then the opportunity for you is to go to portlandonline.com and start reading their content. There's a bunch of webinars that are coming out in the next few months, and look to buy investment property that is inside a designated 20-minute neighborhood. If you look at my mouse, the best place you could buy is close to their designated retail component. So they're going to designate a retail area, and these properties that are on the periphery of that retail component, I think, are the strongest. So over a 10-year time frame, this is a long play, I wouldn't be surprised if your property quadruples in value. So in our future webinars, we're going to talk a lot more about other 15-minute cities that are becoming real and give you some more recommendations. But right now, we think Portland's plan is real and it's ready for investment.